Okay, hello. Well, welcome to Wednesday workshop. So tonight we're going to literally talk about everything parties. I know we've been questioning it and we're just like, how do we get started? Where do we get hostesses? How do we properly coach our hostesses? All of the things. Look, Arista's the one eating tonight, not Courtney. Um, anyways, so what you can expect tonight, I will obviously do my introduction speech. We're going to talk about how to book parties, setting the dates, hostess coaching, the party and follow up, and then we'll do Q&A and your homework. So hi, again, I need to fix that. My name is Tiffany Scrivener. I am a 12% leader. No, I am a 15% leader here with Pharmacy. I've been with us since November, and that is that. I'm probably either your sideline or your upline. We combine teams here. And then let's go ahead and talk about how to book parties. Okay, so I got to move you guys out of my way. Let's talk about the elephant in the room before I get into my spiel. We have got to quit telling ourselves that we suck at parties. We've got to stop telling ourselves we suck at booking them, we suck at hostess coaching, we suck at being consistent with them. Whatever you're telling yourself negatively about parties, we got to stop, because what you believe and what you tell yourself becomes your reality. What you believe is true will be true because your brain's going to look for it and it's going to find everything to prove it to be accurate. So we're releasing that today. And in the comments of this Zoom, I want to see you guys type, I rock at parties. And you can say it out loud too. Don't unmute yourselves, but I want you to put it in the chat. And then if you want to say it out loud to stronger affirm it, to go for it. But parties are fun and they're a great way to expand your business because they help us grow your network. They help us get customers, which means more sales. And sometimes we even sponsor new people from parties. And sometimes you get more hostesses from parties. So no matter how big a party is or, how many people are active in it, it always has some levels of success, even if that one level of success is adding new friends. Because those are people that said yes to a party about health and beauty, which says that they are interested in products in pharmacy. It might have not just been the right time yet. So let's go ahead and get to it. The first thing is posting. This one's pretty standard. What we post about often is what we get. So if you're posting about parties, you're going to get parties. If you're posting about sales, you're going to get sales, or product, you're going to get sales. If you're posting about the opportunity, you're going to get the opportunity. So posting bait is how you're going to find one way to get hostesses. So you can post party bait in your stories. You can do like a cute reel or TikTok where you're holding a product and you're like bribing them, like, do you want this for free? And you can do your news feed. You can at least get one party booked once a month from posting. I'll be sharing a boards link of party bait in our team chats, but I'm going to say this, and you're going to hear me say this all the time. Posting isn't asking. The meat of our business is in the messenger. So it's a great way to catch people's eyes, and maybe they'll comment or maybe, they'll heart react. But a lot of the times, most of the time, we've got to go to our hostesses and ask them personally. Especially because a lot of people don't know what a party entails, or I know for me, a lot of people are like, I just don't have the time for it. And so without them having all of the information, they're most likely not going to comment. Asking is only weird if you make it weird. So if you talk to them like we talk to each other, or like you talk to your mom or you talk to your sister or best friend, it's not going to be weird. But if you're like, I don't want to bother you, but then they're immediately going to think, oh, this bitch is bothering me. So no, I don't want to host a party for you. But you can ask your warm market, you can ask customers, and you can ask in party follow-ups. So once you've started a conversation with somebody about pharmacy in your warm market, like you found that pain point and it comes up naturally in the conversation, and they have, that financial aspect where they're like, I want to, but I just can't afford it right now. You could say something as simple as like, so I know you said before you couldn't afford pharmacy right now. Totally get it. But would you be open to hosting a health and beauty bash on Facebook Messenger to earn pharmacy credit to use toward any product credit you wanted? You can shorten that up. You can make it more casual, however you want, but literally just ask it. Was she digging through that?
She's in there eating. She got chocolate all over her face.
We're carrying on. Gray space. Customers, I usually ask once they've purchased, and if sometimes you'll get the customer that's like, let me try the product before I do a party. Then I'll follow up again when they get their product and after they've tried their product. So say, they're like, okay, well, let me get my product, let me try it, and then I'll think about hosting a party. You'll follow up with them. You'll be like, hey, how are you liking such and such that you ordered? They'll say they love it. And you can be like, I'm so excited that you're loving blank. How would you feel about hosting your own beauty bash to earn even more product for free? Or I know we talked about doing a beauty bash. Would you be open to doing it now that you've tried the product? Party follow-up. So at the end of every party that you have, I always message everybody in the party, which we'll get more into that later. But once they've either ordered or they say that they can't order at that time, I follow up with, what if we booked your own messenger bash instead and you get the product for free if you want to give it a try? So just keeping it simple and using it kind of as like a fallback. A lot of the times that's how I get parties if they can't afford the product or if they can't join the business or like whatever. I'm like, cool, let's do a messenger party bash or party bash, beauty bash. So setting the dates, and this is where a lot of us go wrong. So the best thing about our job is that we get to choose our schedule. That being said, it's best to have as consistent of a schedule as possible. Now, I know some of us work jobs and sometimes our schedules with jobs aren't consistent. So just working around that is totally fine. But if it's possible, like for example, my party days are Wednesdays and Thursdays because Wednesdays we don't have dance. Thursday dance only goes until like 4:40 or something like that. And so like, it doesn't really affect my at-home schedule too much. So it kind of gives your family that idea like, okay, so-and-so is doing a party at this time on these days. And so they'll know not to bother you. And it also gives you an easier chance to get into the rhythm of things and have a better flow. Like I know whenever I got big into a previous company that did parties, like I knew on Mondays, like I followed up with my hostesses from previous parties and then to check in on day 2 with my future hostesses. So I did this with the planner. You can do it with your calendar on your phone, whatever works best for you. You want to pick 2 weekdays that work best for you. If you want to do 3 days, that's totally fine. But I like to do 2 weekdays and I book 4 parties per weekday, or I'll do 2 parties a night instead of 4 parties a night. It just depends on like what we've got going on and how I'm feeling because we don't want to do burnout, but also like we want to get the bag. So you want to pick 2 weekdays that work best for you in your schedule. I already said mine are Wednesdays and Thursdays. I schedule them around my workshop. So like on Wednesdays, I do 8:30 and 7:30. That way I'm ready and my girls are already in bed. And then on Thursdays, I schedule them. Usually I try to do 8, that way by 8:30 I'm ready to hop on Zoom. Sometimes people prefer 8:30, but I promise you that none of your leaders here are going to be mad if you're hopping on Zoom and listening while working a party. Nobody's going to be mad that you're working your business and getting those sales. So you will give your new hostess a day and time to choose from once they've said yes. So like whenever somebody says yes, they want to do a beauty bash, you don't want to be like, okay, what day works best for you? No, people don't like that. People like choice. They overthink it. If you don't give them 2 days to choose from, they're not gonna get back to you. They just won't, just from experience. So you can say, awesome, I can't wait for it. I typically do my parties around 8 or 8:30 p.m. So does Wednesday or Thursday of next week work better for you? Or work best for you? So you'll do that. You'll give them 2 days, let them know about what time. They'll pick the day, and then like whatever time works best for you, you'll be like, great, let's do 8 p.m. on Thursday. If that doesn't work for them, they'll usually offer you a time like, how about 7:30 or how about 8 o'clock or 8:30. Once you've set a date, you can say, cool, so I've got you wrote down for party next week on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. That's just an example. If you're really feeling the hustle, you can totally do 2 parties at once because it's really simple in Messenger where you'll send one message and one graphic and you can just forward that to the next chat. So you can be present in both parties at once and then like catch up with questions after the party is over. I really wouldn't encourage doing 3 at the same time because that can be overwhelming. I try not to book too far out in advance. So if you already have, like, say next week, your calendar is booked for parties, you might get away with doing 2 weeks out, but any further than that, your hostess is going to lose excitement. And a lot of the times they'll either change their mind and say no because they've had that excited feeling and then it's gone away and it's not exciting anymore, or they'll just completely ghost you. So I'll usually wait to ask for a hostess when I follow up with customers that have received their orders if my calendar is already full, because that kind of gives me a couple of weeks to put them on my calendar. And then I said, we don't want our hostess to lose excitement and then ghost us. So next, first things first, once you get your hostess to say yes, you're going to ask her to create a customer account. Now, I like to spoil my hostesses right away. I either use a loyal customers referral link and let them have that like bonus $10 credit from the Share the Beauty credit, or I'll send them to James, like he has a customer account, and I'll let them use his for the $10 referral. But usually it's customers that have just recently bought, or like if I have another party hostess, I'll let them use her referral link so that she also gets credit as well. You don't have to do that, but I prefer to do that, especially because it already gives them like that free mascara. I mean, it's going to be 90 cents, but like, who cares about 90 cents? Once their party's over, they're going to have stacked up credit. I would also recommend that you do so she has more credit, because that means that she's going to have more money to spend under your link, which means more volume put towards your goal. So it's kind of a win-win. Once you get her referral link set up, you'll want to start hostess coaching 1 week out from the party. So this gives them 5 days to send out invites, and then a day to get everybody that said yes to the invites into the chat, and then you'll have party day. This also gives you time, once she gets all of her guests into the chat, to send all of them a friend request, and it gives them time to accept your friend request so that by the time the end of the party comes and we're doing follow-up, you can message them. And it won't go in their request, it'll go straight to their inbox. And then after that, you'll want to check in every single day with your hostess. So I have a hostess coaching board that I will share with you guys. But it's literally scripts. It has the, like, from setting the date all the way to sending them the invite that they can copy and paste, to closing the party. So I also have her send out 30 invites a day. Most people have over 150 friends on their friends list. Most people have enough people on their friends list to send that 30 invites a day. But a lot of the times people will say, I don't even know 30 people. And it's because when they're thinking of like their inner circle, they're thinking of like maybe their immediate family, their closest friends, coworkers, etc. But I just tell them, I know it can feel like that, but you'd be surprised how many people on your Facebook friends list are going to be more than happy to attend these events. So don't be afraid to reach out to everyone and let them decide for themselves if you would like to attend or not. Also, a little bit of a bonus tip. With most instructions, I will send like text, because it's easy for them to look back on and be like, okay, what am I supposed to do? But with encouraging things like this, I send a voice message so that they can tell like the tone of my voice, because we don't want to come off like bitchy or bossy to them. We just want to be encouraging, and sometimes you can't read that through text. So with something like this, I do a voice message. Oh, Harper fell asleep. Okay, so the party and the follow-up. So once you've set a date and you've been hostess coaching for probably like 3 or 4 days, depending on how far out you've been, it'll be about 2 days before the actual party when you're going to open up that chat. So I make a cute graphic for the group photo, but you don't have to. I literally do something simple. It's just like a plain background, kind of like this. And then I'll put like hostess's name, and then health and beauty bar or health and beauty bash. And then once I create the group chat, I name it Names Health and Beauty Bash. And I'll put like a lipstick and plant emoji, or a lipstick and star emoji. It's totally up to you what you want to do and how you want to name it. You don't have to overthink this part. You'll need 2 people to create the group. So in order for a group chat to be created, it can't be just you and the hostess. So what I like to do, I have an old Facebook account that I'm friends with on Facebook, and I just put that in there. But you can use me Like, I don't care. Throw me in your group chats. You can, I'm sure Courtney's fine with it, but I don't want to volunteer her. But I'm sure she's fine with it. You can use your upline. You can ask a sideline sister. Literally just pop in the team chats and be like, hey, who wants to be my stand-in so that I can create a group chat for this party. Once the chat is open, I'll PM the hostess and I'll tell her, put all of your guests that said yes in. And then after everybody is in, I'll send a welcome message. That way they see it whenever they join, because a lot of the times, like, you'll have that message up there and they'd have to like scroll up to see it and they won't. But you can do this where you add them first and then send the message, or you can just bump the message, but you won't be able to bump like the welcome image. So also I have a board script I use that I'll gladly share. If you're in my Transcendental Beauty team group, you can find it in Guide 1 under apps to download. It'll be in the board section. But you can go ahead and encourage your hostess too. Like, even though the party is open and she's got all of her current guests in there, like, I tell them don't stop. Like, if you can send out more invites and get more people in there, by all means go for it, because the more the merrier. The more people you have in there, the more likely you're going to get more sales. So on the morning of the party, I'll send a message saying, hey, it's party day. Go ahead and set your alarms. This is also in the board script. And then about 15 minutes before the party, I'll send the get started message that's in the board script. And once the party has started, I'll start sending one product per minute. So at, like, say it starts at 8:30. At 8:30, I'll send the whole welcome post, like, let's get started. The party's starting. Who's ready? Drop a gift. And then from then on until about like 8:57, I'll send different products. And then at 8:57, I'll send the newest launches and promo info. And then finally, I end with the opportunity and hosting info. And then I close it by saying thank you. And then I'll share the customer's referral link. So you can get referral links in the back office. If you log in, you click my account, you go down to online or reports, and then online customer report. And the link will literally be thepharmacyus.com/first name, last name, whatever your link is, /, and then it'll be your customer's ID, or maybe it's referral and then customer ID's number. I can send an example in the chat too, so that you guys have it. Whatever it is, it's always going to be the same. It's just those last digits, the ID number is going to be different per customer. You'll want to send everyone and before you send this, I highly encourage that you test out the links. That way you can make sure that when people do click it, it sends them to her. So she's getting that beauty credit. That way she's getting the $10 and they're getting the $10 off. You can use the pharmacy party link. I don't know how to do that. I mean, I know how to set it up and stuff, but I just feel like this guarantees the hostess is getting product credit. Whereas like the party link, she has to sell at least $200. And to me, that's, I mean, there's pros and cons to both of them, but this is just for this training, we're using the referral. After the party closes, you'll want to send a follow-up message to everyone. The fortune is in the follow-up. Once a party ends and you don't follow up, like, usually sales don't come from just like people just being like, okay, I'm going to click the link now. A lot of people hold back because they have questions, but they're afraid to bother you. So like just popping in their inbox and being like, hey, so-and-so, I just wanted to personally thank you so much for attending so-and-so's party. I was reaching out to see if you had any questions, or maybe I could help you place your order. And a lot of like, I get a lot of sales this way because people are like, yeah, I wanted to order skincare, but I didn't know what I needed, or I wanted to try a hair care line. I don't know what's best for me. Or I was looking for this, but I couldn't find it. And so it kind of takes the frustration out for them, and you do all of the work for them. And a lot of the times I'll offer to put the order, like create their account and put the order in for them so that they don't have to do any of the guesswork. Plus it's really easy to upsell from there too. So say like somebody gets an eyeliner, you can be like, did you want to add this mascara? Or right now, because of the new primer, you'll be like, so I saw that you wanted the Double Lash Extend mascara. Did you want me to add the primer to help improve the performance of said mascara? Blah, 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 tell the benefits. They'll say yes or no. You get their payment information, check out. And then after 3 or 4 days, you'll close the party. So I just delete everybody out of the chat, and then I like that deletes the group. Okay. So I'm gonna give you guys some statistics here. Let me move you guys out of my way so I can read because I didn't make notes for this one. So 30 invites a day, 5 days is 150 invites. Statistics say an average of a quarter of people will say yes and will actually attend. So 37 people out of 150 are going to attend the party. Now, only a quarter of those people are going to order. So that's 9 people ordering, and the average size of an order is $67. Guys, 9 orders of $67 is $603 per party, which is 301.5 PV. So that immediately gets you to 3%. That immediately qualifies you for this month's second incentive. That immediately is $301 in your pharmacy wallet for you to do as you please with. And then it kind of gives you the perspective, okay, how many parties at 301 PV would I need to hit your goal this month? This isn't a guarantee that every party is going to have this big of a turnout. Some parties will have bigger turnouts and some parties will have smaller turnouts. This is just the average between the two that you will experience. So like I said, I like to do 4 parties a week because if I did this 4 times a month, that's 1,200 PV. That's not including group volume. That's not including, like bonus cells or whatever. That is literally like, what is that, 12%, right from just parties. That's not counting your customer follow-ups that need refills or anything like that. So just keep this in mind, like, our party's worth it. Absolutely. Some of them are going to be duds. That's just the law of the way it works. But when you get those big ones and when you get them going on a roll and you get a good cycle going and you're getting new hostesses from parties, new team members from parties, things like that, like, this is the easiest way to grow your business without having to go cold message people. So tonight's homework, screenshot this if you want to. If you can write it down or if you can remember it, that's fine too. Set 2 days a week that you want to do parties and share that with the team chat. Let us know, like, I'm going to do parties on Mondays and Wednesdays, or I'm going to do parties on Tuesdays and Fridays. Wait, no. Okay, time out. I forgot something. Rewind. Okay, so we do not want to do parties in the afternoon. We do not want to do parties on the weekends because people are at work. And then on the weekend, people are out and about doing stuff. They do not give a shit about what's going on in Messenger. So if I were you, I highly encourage Monday through Thursday. Sometimes Sunday you can get away with it, but a lot of the times people are at church in the evenings, or a lot of people are staying off of social media because Sundays are family days. Like, Sundays are a little bit iffy, but Mondays through Fridays, anywhere from 7 to like 9 p.m. 9 p.m. is kind of pushing it. I wouldn't go later than 9 p.m. works best. And this is coming from like 9 years of experience all throughout the field, all different kinds of companies. Like, that's your sweet spot. So Monday through Thursday, 7 to 9, pick somewhere in there. And then set a goal of how many parties you want to have per week. So do you want to do 2 a week? Do you want to do 4 a week? Do you want to do 8? If you're doing 8, you balling. That ain't me, not me, sis. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and stop the recording and open up the floor for questions. Give me just a second.